School. I am past president of NCBCDA, and it is my true pleasure and honor to be the band manager of this ensemble, and I got to correspond with our guest director, and these students have just soared this weekend. I got to sit on most of the rehearsals and watch them cite me the music to all what you're about to hear. The music is great, and the director has just been inspiring. And please welcome to the stage Dr. Matthew Morris.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dr. Matthew Morris. I'm the director of bands at Sacramento State. Sorry for those of you who are Chico folks. Stickers up, yeah. So thank you so much for being here and for supporting your students. We opened with music of a young composer named Anthony O'Toole. who lives, I think, in the LA area. He's from out east originally. He was doing his undergraduate at Indiana University of Pennsylvania at the same time I was doing my master's. He was a composition student of my conducting teacher, Jack Stamp. This piece was a gift to Jack. It's called Fanfare to the Hammer. The hammer refers to the great Hank Aaron of baseball, of Atlanta Braves fame, and used all kinds of things about Aaron's 715 home runs being, in 1974, beating Babe Ruth's home run record in the major leagues. Fanfare to the Hammer. We're going to continue now with music of David Beatonbender, who is on the faculty at Michigan State University. He did his doctorate at Michigan, and so this is the piece is called Melodious Thunk, and it is a tribute to Thelonious Monk. The title comes from a nickname Monk's wife had for him because of his kind of clunky way of playing and the fact that she maintained he was kind of a klutz. So there's nothing Monk completely, there's no quotes of anything completely Monk in here, although we do get a quote from Dizzy Gillespie's Salt Peanuts in this. We'd like to continue now with Melodious Thunk. Julie Giroux. Julie Giroux is very much one of the preeminent composers of wind band music in the country. She was originally a student of Bill Conti of film music fame, who wrote the original scores for the original movie Rocky, The Right Stuff. Julie Giroux was very much making a career in television and film scoring in Hollywood, and then chose to give that up and kind of concentrate on writing band music. She's very prolific, has several hundred compositions to her credit. We're going to do one called Rift and Wed, and this is, Julie Giroux is a video gamer. She plays first-person shooters, she plays driving games, she plays role-playing games. Rifted is a city in the game Skyrim. For any of you that might have kids or yourself who happens to play Skyrim in the Elder Scrolls universe. Skyrim in Rifted is a city on this continent. It's an open game. You can spend hours just getting from one side of the continent to the other, just exploring things without actually having taken any missions on. Rifted is a city in this, and it's kind of medieval times. There's a temple in the city of Rifted. It's the only place in the game where you can get married. And since it's an online game, people do this. It's part of developing the characters, but you can only do it once in the game. Once, and the courtship might be so much as, hey, you fight well, why don't we hang out together, and then it's done. And so in the game, but once one of the two spouses is killed in the game, because there are dragons, and there are vampires, and there are evil folks, so there's challenges to be had. But once one of the spouses is killed in the game, that other character can no longer can't marry a second time. So that idea of a love and loss within this kind of a world is where this particular piece comes from. This is Rift and Wed. He went backstage, but yes. I'd like to thank Chris Alexander for playing piano for us. Thank you very much. We're going to continue now with music of Brian Balmages, who is also a very prolific composer of wind band music. Before we get to that, I do want to ensure that I say, they're going to come out and do some awards after this tune, and I want to make sure I do say that my thanks to all of you as parents. So again, those of you who are not parents or students, please let's have a round of applause. Also, you guys, have a round of applause for your parents and supporting you in these activities. And also for the teachers of all these fine students, the folks that encourage these folks to do well and to the Northern California Band and Choral Directors Association for inviting me. I have had, so I guess I'll get away with my predecessors on the stage here, in that this has been a fabulous weekend. I've had the best time with these students. We've gone from kind of the read-through to what you're hearing this afternoon, and it's been just a wondrous journey over the past several days. So I'm privileged to have been invited to be a part of this, and so thank you very much to the Northern California Band and Choral Directors Association for inviting me and for putting this event on. One more round of applause for those. As I said, we're going to continue with music of Brian Balmages. This is called Groove Music, and it's just groovy, so we hope you enjoy it.
All right, everyone, I'm back for more scholarships. So, each year, we as an organization present scholarships to deserving students who have been nominated by their director. Each award has different qualifications, but all are awarded to students who choose to pursue music in college. The He Stand Award is distributed to students who will be pursuing a music education degree after high school. This year's recipient is Madeline Sprague from Union High School. The next scholarship is the Tevis Scholarship, which is awarded to a student who wants to pursue instrumental music in college. This year's recipient is Dorian Decker from St. Louis. We have about 8 more of these things. I'm not going to pass them out, so come find me if your name is called after the concert. I'll be standing right over there off on the side. The next couple scholarships are La Honda Music Camp scholarships worth half of tuition. The first one goes to Catalina Huss. I'm sorry, that was Donner Mine. That was the Donner Mine one, not the La Honda. The next one wrote the wrong thing down. For Casadero half scholarships, please hold your applause until all have been acknowledged. Connor Plum, please stand. Michael Williams, Luca Bizaga, Sierra Walker, Ethan Karras, Kian Banzin, and Quinn Willick. Please all stand and be recognized. Now that's it. I believe they have one more piece. If you received a scholarship, please come find me again. I'll be right there after the show. They're all yours.
Thank you again for being here. Thank you for supporting your students. We're going to close now with music of John. This piece has special meaning for me. The piece is called Chorale and Shaker Dance. And the shaker dance is exactly what you'd expect of it. It is the shaker song, "'Tis a Gift to Be Simple." And then he wrote a chorale of his own to accompany it. The piece was commissioned by my high school band and director about 10 years before I was a student there. So that director, a gentleman named Dr. Earl C. Benson, was that teacher for me as a young person. Who had a big part of why I am still a musician, some 40 years later. I loved being, when I got into high school, I was very much, coming out of middle school, I was very much a strange, odd, unfocused kid. And I got into that band program, and I made 100 friends in the marching band instantly, and folks take me under their wing and kind of put me on a good path. So I had, before I moved here to California and took the Sac State job, I kind of did a little bit of a road trip around visiting people, and I had the opportunity to actually have lunch with him and to express my thanks to him for being that teacher for me. So this piece has very much special meaning to me. We hope you enjoy it. This is Chorale and Shaker Dance.